Welcome to Godzilla Toy History Episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about Godzilla GMK. For those who might not know, Godzilla GMK was released on December 15th, 2001. And due to a specific detail that we will be discussing here in this video, this movie performed exceptionally well and would go on to become the 18th most attended Godzilla films throughout the entire franchise, and it is, full stop, the most successful of the Millennium Series. But Godzilla GMK's exceptionally rich history isn't with just the movie, or how it was made, or what was changed, Toho. And today, we're going to discuss that, one by one. Kind of. Ish.
ShinRobjira.
The Bandai Movie Monster series started its lifespan with 10 reissues of previously released figures sporting brand new paint jobs and tags. We also got one Gamera 1999 figure from the prior Dai Monster series, and the only new addition to the classic lineup would be Bandai's best vinyl Burning Godzilla figure ever. Still hasn't been outdone. Full stop. Godzilla GMK's hype train began with the bang. Not a bang, no, this is a very hyper-specific bang. Off the cuff, the entire monster cast of Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Baragon were all available for purchase. Some in multiple ways. Starting off, of course, with the theater exclusives. Godzilla would receive a translucent gray figure, Mothra a translucent purple, Ghidorah a translucent pineapple juice, and Baragon a translucent red dish thingy. Baragon, Mothra, and Godzilla would receive a second run of exclusives. A translucent orange release of Baragon exclusive to Old Characters Toy Museum, which was apparently limited to 3,000 pieces if you're going off the sticker on the back of the tag over here. I had no idea. A pink translucent Mothra, which I couldn't find a proper exclusivity moniker for, although there is a sticker on the back of this tag, so any help in translating would be greatly appreciated for anybody who can. Godzilla would receive a clear translucent variant, which was exclusive to, I apologize up front, I'm going to butcher it, not intentionally, Hanayashiki, which typically refers to the Gachapon department store located at Asakusa Hanayashiki, Japan's oldest amusement park in Tokyo, leaving Ghidorah with only one variant to his name until 2025, and Godzilla the only one with 3 variants. Because let us not forget that he also had the gravity beam charging variant that was exclusive to the Mail-Away Hyper Hobby magazine thingy. But right off the cuff, let's, really take this in and bask in the auras here. The Toho Kaiju series is done. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus was the final leg of that. Then, we get this brand new series called Movie Monster series where a majority of all those figures get reissued except for Godzilla 2000, 1999, Orga, Megaguirus, which is dumb. And then we get these 8-inch vinyl figures, which I think we're going for about $10 to $12 MSRP over there in Japan in the early 2000s. And it's like, fuck, are we allowed to have this? If I was a young child out there in Japan in the early 2000s, I probably would have shat. Anyway, Bandai wouldn't stop at the Movie Monster series, of course, as their HG line was dropping its 8th series, HG8, which featured Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Baragon, but we would also get Megalon and Jet Jaguar. Very nice outfit. They also released this Godzilla vs. Gokoku 3 Seiju set, which looks like a minifigure set of the film's monster cast, and some accessories. That big fucking nut! His big fucking nut. Mothra came out a big nut. We would also receive a real action Godzilla GMK, go fuck yourself, a deluxe radio-controlled Godzilla GMK, and a fun little line of finger puppets. So clearly, Bandai were pumping blood through their figure-making organs. The GMK drop was nuts! Wild to every corner. Bandai were proving that they were the premier company to get Godzilla out on the market and do so explosively. GMK, also performing rather well at the box office, was likely rather helpful. I can't forget, of course, the oh-so-infamous Beanie Babies, of which Godzilla received 2. Yes, these are real. They're kind of pricey. No, I wouldn't recommend it. Mind you, my famblings, this is just the beginning. There was probably more at that point in time. More that I can't officially put a date to at this point. But we'll talk about it after the one thing I can put a date to. Godzilla GMK released alongside Hamtaro Adventures in Ham Ham Land on December 15th, 2001. But here's the catch. They were released together. They were double billing. a double feature. One ticket would pay for both movies. So let's say Hamtaro went first and Godzilla went second. If the parents bought their kids a ticket to Hamtaro and didn't want to see Godzilla, let's say nobody stayed for Godzilla, the movie was going to be a success solely based on Hamtaro's numbers. And vice versa, of course. Because yes, they'd be watched in a singular sitting. Now imagine for a second if Hamtaro was first and those kids stuck around for Godzilla GMK. Childhood trauma with awesome tunes. We love it. This led to Godzilla GMK becoming the 18th most attended Godzilla film of all time, and the most successful in the Millennium Series, full stop. It didn't stop there though, as both Against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS would be released the same way. And of course, there was/is merch. Godzilla GMK's run received these very familiar looking keychain figures, which do differ from the ones released in 2021 via the Movie Monster series, seemingly just mouth paint and overall size. Personally, I found the Mecha Goji Hamkun merch from Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla to be just a bit cooler, but we'll talk about those when we cover the Kiryu saga. You can let me know down below if you want that for one video or two separate ones. What am I saying? Godzilla GMK packed on the pounds prior to its release year, and many to follow. Can't not mention the Kaiju Bengaichi Goji Hamkun figure, the meanest boy yet hilariously adorable fucking thing. I need to pick this guy up. Of course, we had Bandai America tossing their hats into the ring with these. Well, let's get a bit weirder. Konami released something called the Dash Charge King Ghidorah in 2002, which came in 2 colors. And if you look at the little corner down there, it's Kiryu Goji. What's he doing here? Bandai started a short-lived Godzilla Jerky series in 2004 with a Godzilla GMK present. Yeah, Bandai HG Jerky. And apparently, Prototype Godzilla 54 was part of this line. This is one of the first times I think Bandai officially recognized that design, and it was sold with fucking beef jerky! I love it! Look at that little gremlin. Yeah. The X Plus USA line gave us a GMK Godzilla in 2004 as well, and I would like to ask you all very nicely, who remembers this fucking ad right here? It came with my copy of Godzilla Tokyo SOS, which was in this Godzilla DVD collection box set, aptly titled, Good Times. I miss it. The 50th anniversary craze was something new to my soul. It was 20 plus fucking years ago. Remember the Mini Battle G series from the Final Wars video I did? Here it is again. And here's my GMK Goji. Bandai would start yet another line that wouldn't last all that long, called Godzilla Complete Works. And they were like these little diorama sets, and they did release a Godzilla GMK for that line. But the Bandai Polystone series did something similar, and we got 2, and I think this one looks a bit better than the Complete Works. You had the Bandai Hyper Godzilla series doing a bunch of stuff. We got these slightly cursed Bandai HG Gummy GMK Muppet Babies looking motherfuckers. Barry, I'm sorry. M1 gifted us some fierce Godzilla GMKs in multiple colors, of course. An adorable Barugan, and even a King Ghidorah. I'm sure there's more colors for each, but I need to finish this video within the next 5 days, not weeks. Medicom gifted us this chode-headed GMK Goji just back in 2024. Wow. Bro looks like a thumb. And then there was this guy who was made by Shinmaru, and I could find no information on him whatsoever, other than what's already on WikiZilla. So if you have any information on Shinmaru's Godzilla toys, not just GMK overall, please feel free to tell me, and link me as such. My 2 favorite finds in my researching searches would be the Hazawa Gumi Godzilla GMK, released back in 2007, and these gremlins. Hazawa Gumi made a few of these GMKs, but these 2 purplish dudes over here would be my favorite of the bunch. The movie grade paint jobs are nice, and the Blank Boy is probably rare as hell, but I kind of don't care. I realize I'm in the minority for these hyper-stylized retro vinyl toys, but these things just, like, speak to me something fierce. Plus, GMK Godzilla, purple, that's cool. But GMK Godzilla, purple with black and gold, that's bougie. CCP, Super 7, if you're listening, if you're watching, do it. Please. Now I gotta talk about these right here. Sun Guts Godzilla GMK. Holy fuck. I need a set. Like a majority of these highly stylized vinyl toys, they came in multiple colorways and vinyl types. Sun Guts did the entire cast, and they made Ghidorah with his folded up wings, which barely anyone has ever fucking done. And the toppest of the top tier is the normal wings come as accessories for a retro vinyl toy. Fuck. And yes, these things are 100% official. Big fan of these clear variants, and the toyetic colorways of these over here. I couldn't find much on the releases with my limited time to work, but I can't help but praise and want these for myself as they all look fantastic. I am talking about new Holy Grail goals acquired. Now, I imagine you might be asking yourselves, Rob, why aren't you talking about the X Plus? Why aren't you talking about NECA, SH Monster Arts, Haya, whatever have you? I'm kind of going for the stuff that was released around the time that the film came out for the movies who had that luxury. And I'm also kind of going for the stuff that you might not have heard of. But if you would like me to toss in SH Monster Arts, Haya, and all the X Pluses, I will gladly do so for my next episode, which is going to be on I'm sorry. Godzilla GMK is still mostly celebrated today. Bandai and multiple companies under them are still dropping Godzilla GMK merch. Your Hayas, your SHMAs, your X Plus. See? I did it. Want me to keep doing that? I can. Movie Monster Series gave us a new GMK Godzilla and Ghidorah. Ghidorah finally getting another exclusive variant after all these years. Although, I'm really hoping for a Mothra and Baragon release. Separate, exclusive, preferably a standard release, please, as I'm already this behind on my premium sets that I haven't gotten yet. GMK gets a lot. Look at all this other stuff. Plus, he's got a fucking hammer made out of his foot. Good grief. Anyway, after today's video, I hope you can at least appreciate the toys a bit more. This is how our beloved, Movie Monster Series began. This is what set into play ages of expectations, misconstrued feelings towards Bandai's vinyl division. Guilty. And is likely the age of Bandai I'm sure multiple vinyl collectors, or just Godzilla collectors in general, wish we could return to. Bigger figures, smaller prices, huge quality uptick. Man, I have been ShinRobjira, and I do so hope you all enjoyed the second episode of Godzilla Toy History. When next we meet, if my HLJ and everything else packages haven't shown up, we are going to be starting one of the final marathons here on this channel, the SH Monster Arts-a-thon 2026. No lore, no none of that crap, just reviews back to back to back. I might get a little weird with Ghidorah 2019 because fuck that thing. And as far as Godzilla Toy History goes, you can expect the next episode at the end of July with Shin Godzilla, where we will be celebrating 10 years of my son and my YouTube channel. See y'all then and there. Peace.